I'm doing all right, man. Tired, bro.
Fresh off Ireland. Talk to
Yeah.
me. The places you battle rappers be going sometimes. Talk to me about Ireland, man. You and Loso.
Yeah, man. We had a little 4-show tour out there for the last week.
Right.
We got booked for, so we were able to kind of tour most of the country outside of Northern Ireland. And yeah, man, it was a good time, bro. We got there, I think, Wednesday morning, and we left Monday afternoon. So we was there for about 6 days, man. Got to go to Dublin, Cork, Navan, Bray, Drogheda. There's like about 5 or 6 different cities, man. Just see the whole country, man. And just got to perform. It was dope, man. We had a good time.
Talk to me about having a fan base somewhere like places. Like, talk about that, brother.
Are you good? They going outside.
No, you good. You stay.
So talk to you about having a fan base outside of the
You go to Ireland knowing that you got a fan base. People appreciate the work you do. You got people that rock with you, come to see you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man, it's really dope. You know, like I had posted on Instagram. It's like the reason we got booked in Ireland was because 8 years ago, like somebody who does spoken word like saw our battles, you know, and became a fan, you know, and they've been following our careers for 8 years, you know, and you know they got to the point in their career to where they had the ability to put on like a little small tour and had the funds to book their favorite artists to be alongside them, and boom, you know, here we are, you know, in Ireland. So that's super dope. But then it's also super dope that, like, you know, we went to Ireland, and you know, of course, we perform a lot of times in churches and different things. So a lot of people, you know, or maybe from different churches or whatever, just going to the you know, to see poetry night or whatever it may be at their church. But like while we're there, like multiple people are pulling up to the church that are saying like, yeah, we know you from battle rap, you know, like we came out because we're fans of you from battle rap. Like they're not like the church members, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's just super dope to like be walking around in a whole different country and people be like, yo, like you're our favorite battle rapper. So we came out here to watch you rap. It's wild, man. And you still get stopped at airports in Dublin and different things like that. And it's just like, you know, the reach that battle rap has is just incredible. And like I said, you know, like you just never know who's watching when you're battling. And it's not always the biggest battle you have either. You know, it might just be a battle against, you know, St. Mike when I first started, or it might be a battle against, it might be just a random battle and somebody new has got their eyes and they're like, yo, I either like this or, I'm cool on this. You know what I mean? And that's why I just try to make sure every time I perform, you know, I'm giving 110% because 8 years down the road from next weekend, there might be somebody who just popped in and watched me battle Hollow and like, hey, Ward, I want to bring you to New Zealand.
Did you see this happening for yourself? Everything that's happened in your career for you? Did you see this? Did you envision this?
No, I definitely didn't envision this. You know, I always knew I was like a talented writer. You know what I mean? Different things, kind of starting with music and different things like that. And I knew like I had a gift. I remember one of my mentors while I was doing like just Christian hip hop and spoken word poetry.
Right.
He used to always like, man, and I just thought he was one of them encouraging Pentecostal pastor type dudes, you know, that used to always just be like, Lord, you're gonna be, you know, like you're, you know, like he, you know, like, you know, part of me is just like, man, I appreciate you speaking that encouragement into my life. And this is like during my, you know, I'm talking 2010, 2011. I'm talking like, you know, and he's always just be like, Ward, you don't realize what God's got for you. You don't realize. He was like, every time I hear you speak, I wish I could give you a megaphone so that like the whole world can hear it, because you're in these churches and like 30, 40 people or whatever. But what you got to say and your talent is not deemed for this small of a, you know? And so he used to always tell me that. And I was just like, man, and I rock with him. His name is Adrian Robertson. Shout out to Pops. And we still talk to this day. But he's always telling me that. And I'm like, okay, cool. But I never knew what that looked like, you know? I never knew it, you know. Sometimes as an artist, you think that looks like being a signed rapper with shows that do 20, 30,000, you know? Come on here, girl. And so I didn't know it might look like battle rapping in front of 100 people and 1 million people viewing it on YouTube, you know? Woo. And so, you know, so I think it's just really dope, you know, like I've had people that always believed in my talent. I've had, a great work ethic. And I just think that, the timing of it all, really just worked out. Especially when I decided to start battling, the timing of it worked out and here we are.
Is it for you work ethic, right? Because I hear you talk about that a lot, right? Interviewing you for the last how many years and work ethic. Do you feel you outwork a lot of your peers?
Yeah, definitely. And I also just feel like, I enjoy working, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think it's a situation where I'm just busting my butt. Like, man, one day this is going to pay off and I'm only going to have to work, one time a year, like, Hitman, shout out to Hitman, he comes back and he gets paid, very well, to put on his battles. And, that can last him, a long time,
Right.
I'm going to have to go in and do 20 something battles to get that amount of bread,
Right.
But it's like, I enjoy the process, I enjoy the sharpening. I enjoy the work, I rarely feel like I'm overworked. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll overbook myself, and I'll still give a great effort. But there's a couple times a year where I'm like, all right, Ward, but I just always feel like, man, you only get one opportunity, to live this life and to go out here and be able to see the world and do things, like I'm not getting that time back. And so
Right.
I definitely know that I outwork my peers, a lot of them, but there's other guys out here that are working hard too. But it's like I said, it's something that I take pride in is the process and going places and seeing people.
Ward, explain to me, right? When you guys get an opponent, right? How much of a clear mind that you guys have to get good material out of yourself? You know what I mean? To give us the best material. Because I think that a lot of times we don't sit back and be like, damn, dog, these cats really got to sit and write new material every trip, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And not even just like new material, because a new opponent is a new canvas. They have a new name, they have a new background, they have a new storyline. Like, so for the most part, as long as you're not just like a guy who doesn't write direct material, if you're somebody that just goes in there and just punchline that can be applied to anybody, then maybe it's not as much of a big deal. But like for us to cater all of our material to our opponent, having a new opponent like that. But what it is for me is it's the new creativity, it's the new ideas, it's the way to be different. It's knowing that every other opponent has, it's knowing that Av has already punched on these angles with Hollow, and Nitty talked about this with Hollow, and the Saurus, on the GTX did this with Hollow. It's like it's about like really sitting down and trying to make sure your rounds don't just fall into the category of another guy that flipped Hollow and said something about loyalty over money and splish splash and everything. It's really about like trying to be unique and bring something to the table that's not been seen against opponent of his stature or opponent of whoever you're battling, And so I think that's what it is just really being able to reset your mind and to like jump into that,
Before we get into Av, I spoke to Hollow an hour ago, right? Came on a show about an hour ago. He questioned your hip hop roots. He's really, you got to watch it if you get a chance, or
I'm not sure exactly what that means, hip hop roots,
I said, listen, the brother, I see him talk about Master P and No Limit and everything like that. So I don't know what you do, Hollow, but if you want inspiration, though, feel free to go watch that.
I mean, listen, everybo's got their own story on how they came to hip hop and what they listened to. You know what I mean? And so, I wasn't born in New York City. I've owned one pair of Timberlands my entire life. You know what I mean? I've been in a few house party ciphers. I freestyle. If you want to play like the hip hop roots game,
You been any bodegas? Any bodegas? Have you been to any bodegas?
To be honest, I didn't really know what a bodega was until I hit like 25. So, I don't necessarily, if that's the route he wants to go on I'm more hip hop than A.Ward, like he can have that, he got to get in that ring with me. So
no, he did say that the Nitty battle was that opened his eyes up to you, where he's like, he's like, okay, I rock with you. He said there's a few other things that you can work on and everything. I don't know, that's just battle rap talk, banter. I don't know. But no, he said the Nitty battle was the one. He's like, he felt Nitty won the battle. Clearly, he said it, but he still felt he was good in that battle.
Hey, listen, I mean, Hollow is Hollow. You know what I mean? And I think the most important thing is that when you've been getting smoked lately, how about you start taking your own advice instead of telling me what I could do better, you know? Because the last time I checked, you know, over the last year and a half, I done had a lot more better performances than what he's put up. So, you know, shout out to Hollow. I'm always gonna respect the legend. Everybody knows. I said it in 1,000 interviews. He's one of my favorite of all time. But you know, I'll listen to the advice of the ones that are out here getting battles of the year, champions of the year, performances of the night, and all that good stuff. You know,
he felt he beat Av. He told me he felt I was wrong on my recap because I had Av beat Hollow. Yeah. He said I was wrong.
I felt I beat Big K. Does that matter? Does that matter? Like, or does it? The general consensus of the world is that no, you lost that battle. You know what I mean? Right. So at the end of the day, like, you know, like I always tell people, like our material is our baby, and you know, you're not going to tell me my baby ain't cute. My baby ain't the most gorgeous kid in the world. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, so you know, I thought that Hollow was good against Av. You know,
his first round was really good.
Yeah, I thought, and I like the uniqueness of style and delivery, cadence switches, and different things like that. And you know, there's areas, and I had Av winning the battle, but I didn't have it as like 3-0 body. You know how the world kind of, you know, portrayed it at all.
Yeah, it wasn't a body. It wasn't a body.
At all.
Let's spin the block back on it.
So, twice. But like I said, I got off the stage with Big K, and everybody thought it was body of the year. You know, and I felt like, you know, the second was close, and I edged the third. But
now I did tell Hollow. I said Hollow because he was talking about, he made references about church and everything. I said, Hollow, I got to tell you this though, bro. God references and church bars ain't gonna work with A.Ward. I told him straight up and down. I told him straight up and down, that's not gonna work, bro. Please don't think that's going to work. I don't know if you're gonna go that heavy in that bag. It doesn't work with these cats. It just doesn't. I recap their battles, and when y'all be going in that bag, I be like,
yeah, you know, I mean, I think that like
blaming A.Ward for certain things because of the man upstairs.
I mean, you know how it is, bro. Like some things can be very effective if you just do it in the most unique, creative way.
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
Let's talk about Mac Myron going viral every month. You know, off the clip longer than the nap Jesus took when slavery happened. You know, like incredible. You know, so if you go at it the right way, you know, it could be effective. And I've already mentioned that, like, Hollow to Don battling on Black Ice, and I'm pretty sure it's his debut on that league, which is a a league that is a very reputable league in the battle culture. It's in Milwaukee, a city that's probably never seen Hollow to Don live. So you know he's gonna get. I don't think anybody's there like, hey, we're here to boo you, or hey, you're battling one of our own. I'm not from Milwaukee. You know he's gonna get love in that cage, on that platform in that city. You know, so as long as he does it effectively. And you know, it doesn't have as many dry spots in his rounds as he's been having lately. You know, he could be nice.
My brother. So you want to explain to me how did you and Av, how did this come back about? Because I was like, yo, what's really good?
Listen, at the end of the day, right? So they called me about 3 weeks, maybe a month ago for Av. I gave him the number. They said, cool. You know, we're gonna get back. They say, you know, we're gonna crunch numbers and we're gonna get back to you and let you know, right? Boom. Never got back to me. You know, let me see. Let me make sure. Real quick that I have that timetable right with it, with what I'm saying. Boom. September 3rd. Yeah, September 3rd was the call. So yeah, 3 weeks ago exactly. All right, cool. So 3 weeks ago, you know, call me. I give him the number. Cool. We're gonna get back to you. Never got back to me. You know, one thing I don't do is I don't like chase down battles. You know, like I'm not calling, hey, what about the battle? Hey, calling leagues. Hey, you got this card? Like, let me get this. Let me get that. You know, like if I see a card drop that I enjoy or whatever, like, you know, I might, you know, if like Loso's on it or whatever, I might call him and be like, yo, is the card full? You know, but I'm not like desperate for battles. I battle enough already. So 3 weeks goes by, I don't hear nothing. You know, then I start seeing everything in the media back and forth where Twerk, Big K, Av saying this, Hitman saying this or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, it didn't happen because there was some issues on that end, you know, because I opened everything up to negotiations when I gave him my price. I told him my price. I said, it's the exact same amount Riot said that they were cool with when they wanted to book it. And I was like, I was like, I'm not going to charge you any less or any more than what I told Riot I would book it, you know, considering Geechee and Hitman are battling and Geechee's on the card, like, you know. And I was like, I said, but negotiate with me. I'd love to be on the card. Like, you know, come back and let me know what you got. So that's 3 weeks ago. I'm thinking it's dubbed. Yesterday they call, you know, and they're just like, A.Ward, you know, we want the battle or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, like, you know where I said I was at with it, you know, like, what's the move, you know? And they gave a number, and I was just like, that's a little bit. And they was like, okay, how about we can do this situation? I was like, bet, you know, like, I want to be on the card, you know, like, it wasn't, you know, we negotiated. I told them yes, you know, it all happened in like 2 hours, and then I'm in the airport on the way back from Ireland. I'm literally like, you know, just in travel mode, and and then boom, fly drops, you know. I'm like, oh snap, you know, like all this just like, it all happened in like a 2 hour time frame, you know. It was like, you know, it was never anything. I just thought it was dubbed, and like, you know, but so yeah,
we needed this, Ward. We needed this card. This card needed you were at. It makes it, the puzzle is complete now.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking at it like, why is this battle not on this card? You know what I mean? And I was just like, in my mind, like I'm saying, 3 is like, bro, I don't charge crazy at all, you know? Right. And it's always, the league owners always tell you the same thing. Ward, bro, you deserve like this amount of money, but this is what I got, you know, like, but I'm gonna take care, you know, like, that's the league owner speech or whatever. And I'm just like, no, I ain't worried about what I deserve. I battle for what you know, battling don't pay my bills. It's my fun money, you know, like, I work 40 hours a week and everything's taken care of. Like, I'm not in it for the crazy big checks. Right. I'm not in it for the I have to be the main events. None of that kind of stuff. You're gonna see flyers drop over the next, you know, few weeks or whatever, where awards, you know, here and here and here. Like, I'm here for competition, for you know, battling the best of the best, the different style clashes and stuff like that. So when it didn't happen, I was just like, dang, this sucks, because I think this could be a great addition to that card. And so I'm glad that it's happening. So,
yo, you've been on a lot of big cards, fam.
Yeah, man. I'm blessed this year, man.
You better last year February. Let's go back. We go back to last year February. No. The card with you and Big K.
Vixen. Huh?
You and Vixen, Hitman easy. That card.
Well, yeah, so let's start last year. What is it, January, February? Big K, that's a big card.
I was in the building. Big card,
right.
big card.
Then we got Vixen. Yep. Then we got
Use on King of the Dot joint. What was it?
Blackout with Real Sid. We got the Chrome card with Clips. We got the Verb card, Max out.
The biggest card last year was Max Out.
Yep, flipped to this year. We got the Tay Rock card on the Riot. We got Massacre with the Source. Now we got Power Moves, you know. And you know, that's the reason it's encouraging to me, is because, you know, you're coming into a year like this year where, you know, RBE, somebody who's offered you 2 or 3 big plates a year, is you know, is backing out of whatever they're doing, you know, or pausing or tabling or retiring, whatever the terminology is.
Touch your wisdom. Is that a big hit for battle rap? The RB is kind of slowing down a little bit. Does that take a big hit?
Is it a big hit for battle rap? I mean, yeah. I mean, they've been putting on great events over the last few years. So yeah, you know, it's not like it's you know, losing that platform is not you know, helping. Right. But you know, the emergence of platforms like, you know, Calico's League, you know, in Detroit, you know, you know, Bullpen's doing a little bit more this year. You know, there's the you know, leagues. The slack is always going to be
back outside more frequently now.
Yeah, I think the thing with RBE was just, you know, they were just really putting on great events, you know, and they had the Kings of RBE and the storylines, and there was an expectation, and it didn't just seem like random battles thrown together on RBE. It felt like a good league, you know what I mean? So, you know, but what I say is, like, you know, coming into this year with them, you know, pulling back, with me not being on Chrome, you know, I don't know how many events, you know, Chrome is thrown this year or whatever, but they've kind of, I'm not saying they merged, but you can tell Chrome and Trenches, like, they work very closely together. So with me not being a part of the, you know, of the events that they've thrown this year, like,
why is that?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, I've talked to Remy a couple times, but they were just kind of like brief, like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then kind of just, you know, moved on or whatever. Nothing ever, like, no contracts or nothing like that set, you know. And I've only talked to Easy once, and that was I That was probably 6 months ago. You know, he just called me real quick, asked what I thought about this opponent. I said dope, and then I never heard back. But you know, like I said, I'm not the kind of guy that's texting like, yo, where's a plate? So what I was basically saying is like, you know, with Chrome and RBE not being a vital part of my resume this year, it's encouraging to have Riot, King of the Dot, you know, power moves. You know, it's encouraging to know that I've created the buzz, and I've created a position for myself to where other leagues look at me as a big name, big event, big opponent type battler as well.
Wow. How excited are you for Av?
Man, we got Hollow first, and then it's on to Cincinnati, I'm excited for both of them, man. I'm excited too because they're a month apart from each other, you know, which is dope. You know, a lot of times when I look at when big events happen, I'll be the kind of person like, yo, I want to be on this card and I'll take it 2 weeks, you know, or whatever, kind of how I did Frack, Real Sick, Verb, and Clips last year. I battled all them like in a 2.5 month span, you know. But I'm glad, you know, we got Hollow coming up next weekend, October 6th, and then boom, we got, you know, November 9th for Av. So that's really dope to be able to kind of have a clean slate, you know. But I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited about that card. You know, I think it's going to be super, super dope. T-Rex is really outside. He is, you know, like he's definitely outside. And then, you know, Hitman and Geechee. And then let's be honest, man, I talked to Hitman last night, you know, and he's like, Ward, like, for some reason, every time we're on the card together, like, I'm competing with you for performance of the night, you know, and I'm just like,
Chrome last year. Yeah. We talking max out.
Max out, yeah. But I'm like, you have to understand, like, that's what Hitman brings to the culture is that, like, man, he brings, like, his events, like, you go into his events, and I do it most of the time anyway, but it's like, yo, I gotta go crazy because there might be 1,000, 2,000 people there that ain't never. Some of them ain't never even heard of A.Ward before. As much as I want to think that I'm, you know, and know I'm a top tier in the battle rap culture, that's cool. But Hitman brings a crowd to the scene that is like, you know, like a different type of battle rap crowd, you know. So like I'm always competing with you know with him on that level, you know. And so I just told him, I said, listen, bro, like you good, man. I was like, you know, we both about to go show out, and if you need any tips on how to beat Geechee, I did it twice already. I said, man, just hit my line. but no, so yeah, I'm really excited. Av is obviously a long time coming. We talked about having this battle for a long time, and I'm glad that we're getting it knocked out, especially on a card of this magnitude.
Is this a big stage or small stage, Ward? I don't.
I mean, did Hitman say to 1,000 people already, you know?
Yeah, it's not self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, so like I don't think it's gonna be 1,000 people in the pit, man, to be honest with you. Because if that's the case, I might have an advantage, man. There's one thing I do is I project very well in any room, pit or whatever, you know. So it's like you know, I assume it's gonna be, you know, on a stage. If not, you know, we'll move accordingly. But is Avocado shooting it? I didn't even look yet. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Avo.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Avo. You gotta holler Avo, man.
Yeah. So you know, I might hit him up. I always hit Avo up before because he's a guy that he loves the pit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's so hilarious to me that Avocado loves the pit. Like you know what I mean? It's a pun on this. You know, but it's like, yo, he always wants to do the pit. But if there's 1,000 people, I'm sure, you know, this probably gonna have to become some kind of stage.
How is it for you to battle two guys that's going crazy right now for Cody? You battle Tay-Rock, and now you got Av. You know, John John's behind there. I think John John's way in the mix also. Yeah, you know what I mean. How does it feel for you to?
How does it feel for them to battle somebody who should be the Cody? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if we keep it at a buck, after I win these two battles and then I win another battle, you know what I mean? Like, we talking Rock, Thesaurus, Hollow, Av, such and such. You know, well, you know, like.
So you're beating Av? You're beating Av?
Once I do, yeah.
Yo, Ward, you know Av is hard to beat though, bro. Yeah, this is what you and Av is a funny battle. God bless anybody to pick a winner. I just don't know who's gonna win the battle.
Yeah, we're both difficult to beat. We both don't lose clearly. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be the intangibles. It's gonna be, you know,
he hasn't lost a clear battle.
Yeah.
B-Dot.
He gonna need some swag surfing, and I'm gonna need some slow downs. You know, like if we on that stage, like it's gonna be some moments that are necessary and stuff because we both just we counter right, we punt, we do different things to not lose. You know.
Wow, it's gonna be a very dope battle. I'm glad you and Av is a potential battle of the night. Let me throw that out there. Potential battle of the night. It's we're not surprised if you and Av steal the show at all, man. Tougher competition, Av or Hollow? Well, it's hard to tell right now because you haven't battled, obviously, right?
Tougher competition, me or just based off the current temperature of how people are performing, it's Av, I think the toughness of the Hollow competition comes with the aesthetics of the cage and the new city and new platform. You know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of what it is. I really enjoy energy. I like people being around me and stuff like that. I feed off of all of that kind of stuff. Okay. And in that cage, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be me and Hollow and a camera crew. And everybody outside. And it's gonna be you're gonna have to tap into a different performance level what you do as an artist in that cage. Which is something that's not I'm not overlooking, in that aspect. But just battle rap wise, talent wise, punching wise, Av to me is a tougher match based off kind of what they've been doing as of late.
Yeah, you haven't. Where do you feel you're in the conversation in terms of top 5, top 10 guys this year? Where do you feel you?
I mean, right now before these 2 battles, I feel like I'm around 10. You know what I mean? Okay. But after Hollow and Av, and hopefully finishing out the year with a couple other nice battles or whatever. Like I don't know why there's not a talk, especially if I don't have a clear loss, and I've went in and got clear wins. My expectation is clear wins over the Source and Hollow. My expectation is if not a clear win, battle of the night against Av. And so like going there with battle of the year type of battle with Tay Rock, then Av and clear wins over Hollow, and then everything else I've done like. We could go through the resume, but yeah, I mean, I think that I should be in the top 5 and in the conversation for what is he doing? But it's just a tough man. Like to me, like Rock's had it sewn up since August, June, August, whatever. I said it. I mean, Rock's been performing at such a high clip. He's not been outside like this in the past. He's not getting smoked at all, I don't think he's, I mean, I didn't watch him in Jazz. I've seen people having Jazz win clearly.
I had Jazz win the battle. I had Jazz.
But here's the thing, and I don't know if, and shout out to Rock, that's my guy. I don't mean to put it, I don't know if people just love Rock so much, but there's nobody making it feel like he's lost any battles this year,
Wow.
So, and I think it's because we appreciate how outside he is, what he does for the culture. He always brings 3 rounds or whatever. So unless he's going in there and getting bodied, you know what I mean? Like everybody's just looking past, oh, he might have lost the Ward. Oh, he might have lost the Loso. Oh, he might have lost the Jazz. Oh, he might have lost it. And so if you're looking at it from that dynamic, right, at the end of the year, and you're like, look, I mean, I got him losing 4 or 5 battles this year. Then it's going to be hard to say, well, he's number 1.
Not to cut your wisdom, but I'm going to find it very interesting on the panel for Cody this year, if in terms of wins and losses, what they do. Because, all right, prime example, I had you beat in Tay Rock, right? But it was a judge battle, right?
It wasn't a judge battle, but go ahead.
It was not a judge battle.
No, we didn't agree on judges. We didn't agree to have it judged. Me and Tay Rock both said before the battle we're not okay with it being judged. The only reason they had it judged is because they partnered with a betting company. Okay. And they had to give a winner because people placed their bets, so they had to provide a winner on who the battle was. So listen, I'm all about if I enter a tournament or if I agree to a judge battle and I lose, I'm always gonna take that L. That battle was not a judge battle. So that's the only reason.
Okay. So listen, man. But like you said, he hasn't got smoked though. I don't think he got smoked in any battle and stuff like that. Battles, I don't think he got smoked. You know what I mean? Jazz winning, had you beating, had Loso.
Yeah, you had Loso winning too.
Yeah.
Hey,
I had Loso 2-1 edge. Yeah, 2-1 edge.
But like I said, I'm not trying to take. I think Rock is very deserving for champion of the year. You know,
Yes,
I just know
absolutely.
as a competitor and somebody that's like competing for some of the same stuff, it's like some of those little things really matter. You know, when I look at my schedule last year, I don't think I got smoked by Real Sick. I don't think I got smoked by Frack. I don't think I got smoked by Big K. Now people started off the year saying I lost that battle clearly, whatever. I don't feel like I got smoked in any of those battles. Matter of fact, I rapped very well and did very well. But when it came down to like final placement, it's like, but I had him losing that. That matters. I had him losing that,
Right.
And so with Rock battling so much this year, I mean, I don't know how many.
That was my concern early in the year. I said I thought the Rock schedule is kind of crazy. People told me shut the F up 3. You're talking about. I'm like, I'm just wondering after a while, the material. I'm worried about the material. That's all.
Yeah, and like I said, like I think he's he's kind of run away with it. I just wonder if like at the end of the year, people are going to really put it down and say, hey, like here's where I have him. I mean, he's got 18 battles, and I have him, 15-3, or I have him, whatever 14, whatever it may be, and then they put it beside somebody like a Av who might have 6 battles and might be 5-0 or 5-1 or 6-0 with debatables here and there. You know what I mean? Like
John John.
We're not talking about John John. He's back here, bro. He's back here.
What you mean?
He's back here.
What you mean he's back there? What you
mean?
Like
what? 12, like somebody.
Nah, we're not doing John like that. John John's close as hell. What you mean?
Who else he battled? He battled Coffee, Frack, Calico.
Well, I miss somebody else though. God, my brain is bad. What about Cassidy? I forgot about. He's having a good year though. Since the easy battle.
Hey, does Cassidy? How's Cassidy work for like your like? How's that like?
You tell me, sir. You're the battle rapper. I'm just an old blogger. You guys educate me. I don't know how the battle rappers feel. Forget how I feel. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
Okay, so from a competitor standpoint, it does nothing. It moves no needle for me. You know what I mean? But from like you gonna pack out the building with his name, and this like I got the battle Cassidy thing. You know what I mean? Like somebody had asked about what was the way they like impact and like resume building. It's just like me personally, like a win over Cassidy, like you're supposed to beat Cassidy. Everybody all supposed to beat Cassidy. Like that. No offense, but this is if we just talking about how he operates in battle rap and how he rap, like we're supposed to beat Cassidy. Like so, but it's a resume building, like a personal bucket list type stuff or whatever. It's amazing, and it brings eyes and it brings attention and different things.
And all that, the eyes, right.
Yeah. But like as far as like, I mean, like if you saw Trey Young out there battling, going one-on-one with ISO Joe right now, and he should be getting to the bucket. It's like it, you know what I mean? Like just that's the competitor standpoint of it. It's just like. But so I like giving John a hard time. You know what I mean? I enjoy giving John a hard time. That's a battle in the coming years. Maybe might happen, maybe it might not.
If you're John, I would.
Yeah,
I like you and John.
Yeah.
I like you and John though.
Yeah. So, but no, but just back to the Cody talk. John is definitely one that's a name that's been going around. Av, T-Top,
Chiron.
Tay Rock. I'm trying to think of who else would be.
Chiron.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just tweeted, bro. Can we talk about that for a second?
Hey man,
he might not have lost a round all year 3.
Dog, listen, man. I thought respectfully when I say this, Ward, Ilmac is my dude. That's my guy. I didn't see Chiron convincingly winning going into the battle like that. I didn't see that.
Really?
I didn't think he was a convincingly.
Yeah, I didn't see the battle yet. And you know what I mean? Obviously, I battled them both, and Ilmac.
Yes.
I thought Ilmac's performance against me was one of his best ever.
It was. It was.
And so, like like I expect him to have some of the same type of stuff. But he
was good. Warren, let me say he was good, but Chiron was just man, dog.
Yeah, I just don't. Ilmac's not outside as often as like, and he just battled. He did this compliment battle too. Chiron is built to be outside like that. I don't know if Ilmac is, and if I'm not mistaken, like Ilmac battled, was Geechee this year or was it last year?
He battled Geechee this year. It was this year.
Yeah, he battled Geechee this year.
Called Real Sick, Emerson Kennedy, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Card, right, I believe it was.
Yep. And so
Burns, Danny Myers.
Yep. So I'm gonna have to watch it. But I was just gonna say, like, man, I've seen Chiron. I've been on cards with Chiron all year. He's got probably 7, 8 battles, and we not sitting here acting like it's the no names. We're talking about Danny Myers.
I was in the building with Danny.
Cards. We're talking about Ilmac. We're talking about like just multiple clear wins against people that are our favorite battle rappers. And so I think Chiron needs to be mentioned when we're talking about that top 5 as well.
He should be in there because Chiron is wilding right now, dog. And I can't.
And he got another big battle. Like
he got a big battle coming up. Yo, dog, he might know.
Like if
he told me on the low, I was like, yo.
If somehow he 3-0s that battle, like,
dog,
Rock might be in trouble. I mean, Rock might be in trouble if Chiron ends the year like that. You know what I mean?
Chiron first round against Ilmac was just.
I gotta go watch it, man.
That was Steph Curry, like, man.
Oh
yeah, it was like that. It was like that, or it was.
He had rapped some of it in just random material when we did the compliment battle on Rome's League. He had spit some of the bars to me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man. And one thing about Chiron is if I ever spar with him on the phone or anything like that, I'm always impressed with how he writes and just how like witty and everything he is. What it is with me and Chiron is that when he gets in that ring, how it looks according to who he's battling. You know what I mean? Because the content over the phone or whatever, if we sparring, fire. Sometimes when you're standing in front of the wrong person or somebody that's taller than you, somebody a little bit more, makes things look different. Boom, the material just don't hit as crazy. But like from what I'm hearing is this, the stuff he was speaking that I thought was crazy, hit crazy too in the building.
He was wilding. I was like, yo, Chiron. Yeah. Dog, this first fight, like, it was just Ilmac, but I want to say Ilmac was good, but I got Chiron with a 30.
Yeah.
Not a body bag. So some people got body bag. I didn't have a body bag. I'm not gonna use the word body bag, but it was a clear win for me.
Dang, body bag over Ilmac is crazy.
That don't even sound remotely right to say that you body Ilmac. Like no one body Ilmac. Like that don't even
happen.
But Chiron, he was.
That's fired up.
But
it's been a good year, man. A lot of people been active. People, we started focusing on battle rap and caffeine era over and all of this stuff or whatever. And like I said, people are just continuing to pick up the slack. Crazy cards all fall, all winter. It's gonna be good.
Last question: how you feel about Tay Rock and Reed? I'm not crazy about that battle. How about you?
There's been a few battles this year with Tay Rock, and I'm just like, you already won, bro. Like you already got it. You can save this one for a different time. You know what I mean? But like, he out here on his like anybody, anytime, anywhere steez. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, like. Don't get it twisted. As a fan, I always love seeing Reed and I always love seeing Tay Rock. And I hope for the best, It's just when they fall in between battling all these other battles, some things can kind of get lost.
I ain't too crazy about the battle, but me and Stiz are gonna talk about that sometime tomorrow. Like that. I understand. Well, I appreciate you as always, Kino, man. You know what I mean? You went hollow, you went ad, brother. I appreciate you, bro.
What's up with these Jets, man? We good?
Hey, 2-1. I'll take that. The Broncos, you know what I mean? Look at my boy Rodgers. Look at that.
Hey, the Broncos kind of sneaky nice a little bit.
Now hold on. All right, was it sneaky nice or was they beat the Buccaneers and we didn't see them beating Tampa Bay because Baker been having a good year?
I think for me, so I think that they're not great. Like they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to win more than 8 games this year. Right. But I just think they're one of those teams where if you don't plan for them accordingly, they could beat you.
The Broncos?
And that's just the NFL in general.
Sean Payton's still a good coach. Sean Payton's still a good coach.
That's just the NFL in general. But like the first couple of weeks, I was like, you know what? I actually thought Bo Nix would be a little better than this. And then last week, I'm like, okay.
He had a good game. He had a good game.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it should be interesting, man. The Chiefs.
I'm scared of the Vikings, man.
We've been trashed, but we 3-0. So I'm happy with 3-0 trash.
I don't understand how you cats. I got Mahomes as my quarterback for fantasy football.
Yeah, you struggling like me.
Yeah, struggling. The points ain't been that crazy. I'm thinking about starting Aaron Rodgers. Thinking about starting Aaron Rodgers next week. Yeah. You know what I mean? But y'all find a way to win, though, bro. Y'all find a way to win.
That's culture, man. That's culture. Like people talking about winning culture, like that's when there's no panic, when you know at the end of the day you're gonna make the play that's gonna give you the extra possession, or you're gonna do this, that, and the third.
He has a new weapon though. He has a new weapon though.
Yeah. Yep, he does.
Xavier was Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy. It's unfortunate that Hollywood Brown got injured like that, because the plan wasn't to be for Xavier Worthy to have to try to be that second option this early. You wanted to be able to use him in gadget plays and do things and open the field with, but now he's thrown into like he needs to be that guy, and so he'll get there.
Pacheco went down, right? Pacheco went down.
Yeah. Pacheco's down, Hollywood Brown's down.
Dude, y'all had some other cat never heard of the running back.
Carson Steele?
Yeah, with the block. Yeah. He got some good touches.
Man, one thing Chiefs do, bro, they find ways of finding.
Kelsey has not even played good yet.
Not yet. So that's why I'm like, 3-0, and your quarterback, tight end, you lost your running back for maybe this season, you're starting wide receiver going into the league for the season. Like, we 3-0, and the Chargers are looking rough, the Raiders are looking rough. We'll be good. We probably gonna take a few losses like last year. Maybe take 4 or 5 losses, whatever, but we'll be all right. Let's go, Breonna Stewart. We watching WNBA playoffs over here.
My brother, I appreciate you as always, or what? We're going to talk to him.
I'll let you, bro.
My guy, man.